Nah, don't stop.
Keep going.
I'll message you and we'll discuss that tomorrow.
We'll get you sorted. All right, let's kick it into gear.
So this one today, a little bit different to my usual seminars, but it kind of really ties into like the retreat and everything that we actually do believe in here, and something that I think is really important. I spoke with a client about it recently, and it just made me realize like we need to kind of really hone in on this and understand why it's so important. So let me know when you can see that.
Yeah, it's up.
Sweet. So we're going to be discussing the mind-body connection and the importance of how we speak to ourselves. So yeah, the way we speak to ourselves has a profound effect on our success, our well-being, mental and physical health. It's absolutely imperative that we talk to ourselves as we would a friend. The way we talk to ourselves will have a big physiological response. Our bodies will physiologically respond to how we speak to ourselves, but it's actually also about changing thought patterns to really try and talk to yourself differently and to respond to situations differently. So changing thought patterns. So it's not just kind of saying, I'm going to be positive. It's actually putting things in place so that you actually, that inner dialogue is super different. So neural pathways, bridging the gap between mind and body. Neural pathways are the communication channels within our bodies that enable the transmission of signals between the brain and the rest of the body. These pathways form at the foundation of the mind-body connection, allowing thoughts, emotions, and physiological responses to interact seamlessly. While the details of these pathways are still being unraveled, scientists have made significant progress in understanding how they function. So even just from here, you can see that literally the way we speak to ourselves really does have a physical impact, and it's proven. So the role of neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to adapt and change throughout our lives plays a vital role in molding the mind-body connection. It involves the formation and strengthening of neural pathways based on our thoughts, experiences, and behaviors. Research has shown that repeated mental and physical activities can reshape these pathways, resulting in changed cognitive and physical abilities. The key is that our thoughts, experiences, and behaviors have a huge effect, positive or negative. So the findings. Over the years, numerous studies have highlighted the profound influence of the mind on the body and vice versa. Here are some compelling research findings that convey the power of the mind-body connection. So placebo and nocebo effects. Placebos, inert substances or interventions that have no therapeutic effect, can often produce significant improvements in symptoms due to the power of belief. Similarly, the nocebo effect demonstrates how negative expectations or beliefs can lead to adverse outcomes or worsen symptoms. Stress and illness, so chronic stress has been linked to a range of physical ailments, including cardiovascular diseases, weakened immune system response, mental health disorders. Research has demonstrated that stress hormones can have a direct impact on bodily functions, highlighting the interplay between the mind and body. Mental health and physical well-being. Studies have shown strong correlation between mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety and physical health. For instance, individuals with depression are more susceptible to developing chronic pain conditions, indicating complex relationships between emotional well-being and physical symptoms. Mindfulness and pain management. So mindfulness practices such as meditation and deep breathing exercises have been found to alleviate pain and improve physical well-being. Research suggests that mindfulness techniques can modulate neural activity related to pain perception, resulting in reduced discomfort. So tools and application. How do we apply this? How do we change our success in this program, in work, in relationships through our thinking? So as human beings, change can be quite challenging. Changing an established thought pattern, like how you communicate with yourself, can be even tougher. However, with determination, effort, we have the ability to transform anything. So 1, learn to notice when you're being critical of yourself and stop the thought in its tracks. This won't feel comfortable or normal. Remember, it's like the habit of brushing your teeth. I like to use that as an example because if I was to tell you, stop brushing your teeth today, you'd be like, that's so uncomfortable. That feels really weird. I don't want to do that. That's exactly what it feels like to change any habit, even if you're changing to a more positive habit and that habit that's going to really propel you and help your life, it's still not going to feel comfortable. So get used to that feeling, because that's how it's supposed to feel. It can be useful to imagine that your inner critic is separate to you when it's being critical of you. So speak to it directly. Replace the critical thought with something positive or something you appreciate about yourself. So it's not always easy to just be like, I'm this or I'm that. But if you're really finding it hard to see kind of progress, to see good things about your appearance or about your inside, really try to think, okay, what is something I'm really proud of? What is something I do really respect about myself or really appreciate about myself? For example, if you've just looked in the mirror and you felt disheartened by what you see, or by what you want to be seeing and feeling angry or even disgusted, practice acknowledging how far you've come, what you've achieved in, say, 1 week or in 1 month, and where that means you're going to be in a year from now. Use your journey and your efforts to excite you and motivate you forward. So this was my personal experience. I kind of remember my whole life looking in the mirror, being so angry and not seeing what I wanted to see. And I remember that shift of being like, okay, I've done this in this amount of time. I'm not where I want to be, but where am I going to be in a year from now if I keep doing what I'm doing now? And then you're also using yourself as a motivator, which is key. And this is where it's going to really help you. If you're unsure whether something you've said to yourself is positive or healthy, ask yourself if you'd say it to a friend. So when we imagine talking to someone we care for in the way we are used to talking to ourselves, it can be a big realization. How can we expect to thrive and propel forward with an inner dialogue you know would upset and massively hinder a friend? Think how your positive and supportive input helps those you love achieve incredible things and feel positive and motivated. So use that for yourself. So it sounds simple, but this is such a big one. Like, think about the way that you react to yourself when you feel like you've messed up, or the way you talk to yourself about your appearance. If you were to say that to anyone around you, and also the way you do those people around